Hi and hello everybody, it's Fern. Welcome back to another planty video. Today we're going to be starting a new plant vlog because I don't really know what we're going to be doing in this vlog, to be honest with you, but I know that there are things that need to be done, so I figured I would turn on the camera. I do know today I have some pole extensions to do, and yeah, we're just gonna see where this week slash this vlog takes us, see what we end up getting up to, but I'm hoping to get a lot of plant things done. Things have gotten a little, I don't want to say chaotic, but I have been neglecting the indoor plants just a little bit because I've been so busy in the garden lately, especially because things have been like ready to harvest, which ends up taking like double the amount of time because I have to now care for the garden and tend to it, but I am also spending time harvesting and, you know, processing and doing all that kind of stuff as well. So yeah, I've definitely been busy with that, but I really want to give the plants inside the care and attention that they need as well. It's funny because I kind of feel like I take better care of the plants in the winter time, like in the off season, because I don't have to divide my time and attention between the outdoor and the indoor plants. So I'm kind of excited for when the garden starts to wind down and then I can just like fully stay not on top. Am I ever on top? No, but just stay more on top of taking care of the plants in here. Anyways, I'm excited to be prioritizing getting some of these plant things done. So yeah. Okay, so I've grabbed a couple of the plants that desperately need, well, they're not too bad. I mean, one of them is pretty grown over. The philodendron gigas is definitely overdue. Oh my gosh, I wish that you could see the whole thing better. I hate how, here, let me, you still can't. You can't appreciate the whole plant unless I get super far back. I'll pop a photo on the screen because I just took a picture of this plant for my Instagram story, because every time I take it out of its spot and I look at it, I'm just so shook by how gorgeous and perfect it is. Like, I'm obsessed. The leaves are so velvety and dark, short petioles, which is definitely one of the best things about this plant. Yeah, I love the philodendron gigas so much. I always recommend this one if you're looking for a dark velvety philodendron. They can take some time to get going. Like, this one has definitely tested my patience, and I've grown it from cuttings twice now. But once it gets established, it will be tough as nails. So you kind of have to get through that like juvenile phase, I guess, and then you're good to go. Kind of similar to the Thai constellation, or at least the Thai constellations that were on the market like 5 years ago. Because mine, which by the way, I'm trying to get the leaves to face outwards because he's sticking straight up at the pendant light. So I have a vertical light in front of him right now to see if I can remedy that a little bit. I mean, it's fine if he's facing up. I don't even care that much, but it would be nice if I could get him to face out a little bit, and then I think I'll use both of the lights once I kind of get him fixed. Anyways, many of you will know that I had such a tough time with that plant, and now it is like one of my easiest going plants in the whole collection. And then I've also grabbed my manjula pothos, which I'm kind of obsessed with the newest leaf on this one right now. It has like dead mealies because I don't know what it is about the mealies liking this plant, and I just treated it yesterday morning, or was that today? Might have been today actually, but now there's like dead mealies on him. Anyways, this leaf right here, that's definitely the biggest and nicest manjula leaf I've ever gotten. I think that that is so pretty, so I'm super excited about that. But he is at the top of his pole as well, so we're gonna go ahead and extend this one too. This is another one where I'm kind of battling the leaves just wanting to face up because this sits on my veitchii and it has the Rousseau pendant above it, which is great. It's just, yeah, it's very hard to get a setup where the light source is directly in front of the plant. It's just so much more convenient or more likely that the light is going to be above them, either like on a shelf like my Barina's or in my cabinets, or a pennant from the ceiling. So yeah, it's kind of annoying. I wish that there was an easier way to have the plants leaves facing out, but it is what it is, I guess. So I have my extensions here. I actually only have one more of my like teal. This is the rainforest green color that Rousseau Plant Care offers for the poles. This is my favorite. I think that it's so cute. I started way too many plants on this color for how many I had. I think I must have had 10 of these, and I should have only done like a couple of plants, but I've done like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plants on these. So now I'm down to just having one more extension, because I didn't consider that I'm gonna need to extend them all, and if I want them to match, then I'm gonna run out of these ones. So for one of these, we're just going to be doing a clear one, which is fine. I just love the dark pole look so much. So if I end up ordering more, I have lots of clear, so I don't think I am going to be ordering anytime soon. But if I do end up ordering, then I'll definitely stock back up on the rainforest green color. And more drippers. I would love to get more. Actually, honestly, maybe, yeah, I would love to get more drippers. So if I do end up getting anything from Rousseau, or next time I end up getting something from Rousseau, I'll be getting drippers and maybe more of the rainforest green poles. I also have the little connecting bits that just keep the pole extensions just a little bit more secure, because they kind of click into that. And then I also have my moss right here. This is actually the last of my moss, so I'm gonna need to order more at some point here, but it lasts a surprisingly long time. Like, this will probably last me, I don't know, 6 more months. I mean, I guess it depends how many. I do have a lot of extensions coming up, so maybe only a few more months. For this gigas, I've just been using a plastic cup in the top with one small hole right there. Sometimes the holes get clogged and you have to take to the sink and kind of clean it out so that it drips again. But this is like my DIY version of the dripper topper thingies from Rousseau. These ones are so nice, and they're like a wicking system, so they work really great. But most of my plants just are on the plastic cup method, because it's, you know, I have a lot of plastic cups that I can use, so it works. Which one am I gonna give the dark pole? I honestly might give the manjula pothos the dark pole, because I feel like it's more visible and also more contrasty with that plant with the variegation. So I'll do clear for the gigas extension. I feel like I haven't filmed plant chores in a long time. It's probably only been like 2 or 3 weeks, but like I said, I've just been so busy outside. I kind of miss just puttering around, doing planty things inside. And hanging out with y'all, so I'm glad that we can start this video today. Okay, I'm going to, there's a root like right, oh yeah, I need to fill this up a little bit more. Let's top up the moss. My Hoya Matildes is blooming right now. My regular green one that I've had for like at least 5 years now, and I've been waiting for her to bloom all these years. This is the first time it's ever bloomed for me, and I literally gasped. It is so beautiful. It's such a common Hoya flower that, you know, I see people's Matildes blooming all the time, but it's just so breathtaking to see it in person. It's so cool. So that's definitely been a highlight of my week. And the silver, my Hoya Matilde silver, is going to open soon, like probably within the next couple of days. The blooms are going to open, so I'm gonna have flowers, and then there's one more like set of blooms that's gonna open on the silver Matilde as well. It's kind of crazy around here for Hoya blooms right now. I have so many that are starting, like my Crimson Queen is starting, my Hoya Mirabilis is starting, My Hoya camphorifolia, it's been so weird. It has like a million blooms on it, but they only open for like half a day and then they die off. And I've never experienced that before with a Hoya, so it's kind of annoying, honestly. What else? Yeah, there's lots of them with peduncles. Nuna is doing it again. She already bloomed once this year. So the Hoyas have really been living their best lives now that we're getting some summer temperatures. Even though it has been really overcast lately. Like it's overcast today, it's been gloomy and rainy. I don't mind it, honestly, though. Okay, so I'm just gonna fill up with moss now. I don't know why when I do extensions, I like to just add the extension on and then fill it with moss. I find it easier. I know some people prefer to fill this with moss and then attach it. I don't know. When I start a plant on a moss pole, like do the first one, where it's not an extension, it's just like the base, I will fill it and then put it in the pot. But for some reason, when it's an extension, I just like doing it this way. I don't know why. It just seems easier to me. And I always just use like a little stake or whatever to push the moss down. I think after this, I might mix up some of that sea grow or whatever that sea fertilizer I got for my nepenthes. I want to try using that for the first time. I haven't mixed up a batch yet. But I thought it'd be fun to try that out and feed the pitchers, because I've been meaning to do that. Okay, battery died on us already, but I just strapped in her vine so that those nodes can go ahead and root into the moss. And we need to put her little securing clip on. You don't have to do this, but since I have them, I'm just gonna use them. There's like these little buckly slot thingies that these just pop into, which is kind of convenient. Yeah, there we go. Then they are definitely not coming apart, which is nice because I am someone who lifts up my plants from the poles, and sometimes when I extend them, if they don't have this, I'll come and grab and it will just come right apart. Once the plant's rooted in, that keeps it together, but when they're fresh, they will come apart, obviously, if you just grab the top one. So that's kind of nice to have, just makes everything super secure. So she is all extended. I'm gonna go put her back in her spot in front of the grow light, but like, look how gorgeous. I'm obsessed with the gigas. It's been doing so well. It is so low maintenance. Like, I feel like I hardly do anything for this plant and she just looks pristine. So yeah, love that. Okay, so next, super quick extension for the manjula. I can't believe that I finally have a manjula that's actually climbing and doing okay, because I struggled with this plant so much. It's funny, sometimes with epipremnum or pothos, I have a hard time. Like, for example, one of the plants that's struggling the most in my collection right now is the Cebu Blue, and I don't know what the problem is. That plant's always been so easy for me, but over the past year I've been trying to grow out just a small vine and it's not happening for me, so I don't know. And then yeah, the manjula, I have tried to grow this, like, this is probably the third time, and now it's finally doing okay. So I don't know why plants are sometimes like that, especially ones that are supposed to be like easy. Sometimes turn out to be the most finicky of all of them, honestly. Or maybe it's because those are the ones that, in my mind, I think that they need the least attention and the least care, so I end up kind of neglecting them. But then there's tons of other plants that can handle the exact same style of care and they thrive, so I don't know. Anyways, let's pop this extension onto him. Do y'all have plants on moss poles still? I feel like a lot of people are kind of over moss poles, which I get. Like, they're definitely extra work, but I just love moss poles so much. Oh yeah, someone the other day not the other day, it was probably a good few weeks ago, but someone commented and said that you can like screw or nail the drippers to the wall and the poles can hang from them. And they were like, oh, it seems sketchy, but it's actually super sturdy. And I didn't even notice that, but I guess that they can. It's held on like the dripper slots into the little flap there. Can you see that? Is that why that hole is there? Like, is it meant to do that? That is so crazy. I did not know that until I read that comment. I was like, what? So yeah, that's interesting. Anyways, I'm gonna pop this out of here. This one I'm actually extending in pretty good time. It hasn't really grown over the moss pole yet, like the vine. It's just starting to, so I'm gonna say that we're fairly on top of this one. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put the clip on it right now because I might as well. Yeah, they really, like, these are well designed, these poles. It just keeps getting better. There we go. It's in there now. And I do have a code with Russo if you're ever shopping with them. I feel like I'm kind of bad at mentioning all of my codes in videos, but I do try to link things that I've used in videos in the description box. So if you're ever looking for something, but I should try to actually mention in the video like as I'm using things more. But yeah, you can save 15% with, okay, I'm really doing a horrible job with plugging my code because I said the wrong code. I think I've been promoting the wrong code in the last couple of videos that I've mentioned it. Wildfern, that's it. That's the code for Russo, so I'm so sorry. And then you're also helping out the channel if you choose to use my code as well. So thank you so much if you do. Okay, gonna go ahead and stick this back on. Get in there. Here we go. Okay, that's on. Wait, I think I need to add a little bit more moss. It's not quite as full as I thought it was. You obviously want to have it full enough so that the moss is in contact with the wick. There we go. That is good to go. And then I'm gonna fill this. I should fill the gigas cup too. There's moss everywhere now, but that is okay. So here is the manjula. Oh my gosh. Here is the manjula. Look at that. This is actually gonna start sizing up, I feel. Like, we're gonna get some crazy leaves soon, and I'm so excited about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and feed some of my carnivorous plants. This is my sea grow that I got from Brad's greenhouse. Maybe I could have just used my kelpie, but I don't know. I just ended up grabbing this since I was placing an order on there anyways. And I think there's more than just seaweed in here. Yeah, there's a bunch of other things in here as well. And it's the recommended fertilizer for carnivorous plants, so I'm not going to argue with that. So I'm just on the Brad's Greenhouse website looking at the instructions. It says to dilute 1/4 teaspoon per gallon, so you don't need much at all. I think that is quarter strength compared to like what would be on the directions on the package. So it says to lightly mist the leaves of the plant once a month for best results. I don't know why I was thinking I was going to be putting this in the pictures. Mist the leaves. Okay. Maybe I'll do a little bit more research on that quickly. It says it can be used on all carnivorous plants and including live sphagnum moss. Can I use this on pings or can I not? I don't know now. Last time I looked it up, it said that you can use this fertilizer on all carnivorous plants except for pings. So I'm not sure. I might not do my, well, should I? I don't know. I kind of question pings sometimes when it comes to fertilizer because I see people grow pings in, what's it called? What are those little black fish? What is that stuff called again? Oh my gosh, it has escaped me, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I'll put it on the screen. I see people grow pings in that, and that has nutrients. So I don't really get it because I thought that you couldn't give them nutrients, and now I'm confused about the fertilizer. So I'm gonna do some searching here for a couple minutes, and then we'll mix this up and fertilize whoever I'm gonna end up fertilizing. So BRB. Okay, so I just did some reading and watched a couple of videos, and it looks like you can fertilize inside the pitcher, or you can fertilize the foliage, or you can do both. And some people also use Osmocote, like a slow release fertilizer, and just like stick a little pellet inside the pitcher, which I didn't know that that was a thing. I do have Osmocote, but I think I'm gonna stick with this Seagrow fertilizer for now. And I did watch a video where he fertilized the pings as well. There was one video that I found really helpful, so I'll link that one down below in the description box. He kind of went over different fertilizers that you can use and how to fertilize different types of carnivorous plants in like a nice concise video, so I'll link that in the description if you are interested. But I'm feeling more confident about it, so I'm gonna mix up some of this. I'm gonna see if I can find an extra spray bottle that's not in use right now, and then we will go ahead and feed some of my carnivorous plant. Okay, I'm no mathematician, but if a quarter of a teaspoon is for 1 gallon, I'm trying to fill up a 500 milliliter bottle, which is significantly smaller. This is apparently the amount I need to put. 0.03 of a teaspoon. How am I even to measure that? Like, that's less than 1/10 of a teaspoon. It's just gonna be like a tiny little sprinkle of this, I feel. Okay, if we think about this, 0.25 would be this. So 0.125 would be half of this. And then half of that would almost be, it'd be 0.05. So I need like, I don't know. I'm gonna do roughly a quarter of a quarter. And that's just gonna be close enough because I'm not feeling that serious. How do I open this? What would be easier is mixing up a larger batch of this and then just pouring it into smaller containers. But since I'm only gonna be using this for feeding my carnivorous plants like once a month, I don't need a big batch mixed up. So we're just gonna do, honestly, that's probably, well, yeah, okay. The guy in the video that I just watched, he did half strength instead of quarter strength, so that makes me feel a little bit better as well. I think I'm just gonna do that amount. This is so, well, let me show you. This is so insane, like how small of an amount. Even this measuring spoon is like looking big on camera, but this is literally a quarter teaspoon. Like, it's so small. So let's pop that in here. Good value though. This is gonna go a long ways. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that this dissolves. And I also grabbed a dropper for feeding the pitchers. I guess I'm gonna feed inside them. I don't know. Let's experiment. I volunteer as tribute. We can see what happens to mine. and then you can proceed however you want with yours. There's like one chunk that isn't really dissolving. I'll give it a minute here. Okay, I'm just gonna do a tiny amount on the pings because I'm scared. This one has so many flowers. Like, look at her. It's crazy. We have more pings here on the windowsill, so just gonna give those a little spritz. So whatever plant you're feeding, you want to spray like on the trap. So pings obviously feed from their leaves, and it's going to be different for every carnivorous plant, and you want to try to avoid the substrate as much as possible. This is just what I've learned from my like 10 minutes of research here. Okay, we have my drosera here, which is looking so cute, by the way. Oh my gosh, it's been catching gnats. How cute. Yay. Look at him. He's doing so well. Yeah, I did not have my first drosera in the proper setup because this one is doing way better. It is like, oops, didn't mean to touch it. It is like actually thriving. This is the Hercules, I think it's called, and I just thought that it was super adorable. So I'm just going to gently spray the leaves of this one. Oh my gosh, I just love this one. Okay, and then here is my Rebecca Soper Nepenthes, which has been settling in so well. Oh, it's a shower. I was like, what is that noise? She has colored up like crazy. Like, look at how dark she is. She was not this dark when she arrived, but the south facing window has really been working wonders here. So I'm gonna feed, is it just this one pitcher? Yeah, I guess she just has this one like active pitcher right now. I guess I could spray her leaves too if I wanted to, but I don't want to go overboard here. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a few drops. 3 drops maybe. And I guess that's all I'm gonna do just to start. We'll see how this goes and adjust from there. But yeah, she's settling in really well. And then living beside her, we have my Nepenthes glandulifera. Now, it has recently put out this picture up here. That's the newest one, right? Yeah, this is the newest one. And it looks so good. This plant is finally starting to size up now that I actually have it in like the proper setup, good growing conditions. Imagine that. She's actually doing well now. So I'm gonna go ahead and feed this pitcher. And then there's another one right here, if you can see. You might not be able to see, but I'm just gonna sneak in here and do this one I just fed. And I don't really know if you should feed the ones that are like half like crisped up, but I guess I'm gonna. I don't know. Maybe it's still like digesting what's in them when they're partially crisp like that. I don't know. Anyways, okay. Glandulifera is all fed. I have one more Nepenthes to do and then a few more ping containers. So I'm gonna quickly do those off camera so that I don't bore y'all by going through all of them. But yeah, this is a fun little experiment to try out. Okay, I just finished feeding all of those guys. I think that that's gonna be it for today, but like I said, I'm gonna kind of just keep adding on to this video for however long, like a week or a few days or whatever it ends up being. So yeah, I will see you in the next clip, whenever that's gonna be and whatever we're gonna be doing. I don't know, but see you in a minute. Okay, hello everybody. I'm back. Another day, another plant chore to be done. I'm actually thinking about starting off the day with getting rid of a couple of plants, which I don't normally film, even though I get a lot of requests of people wanting me to talk about downsizing. I just typically do that on my own time, mostly because I don't feel like dealing with the negative comments. But I have a couple of begonia that I've been trying to grow since the fall now, and they have just been causing me nothing but grief. So I think it's time to say goodbye, and that's going to open up some space in my cabinet for other plants. So let's go grab them. Okay, so the begonias in question are Begonia Hatacoa Silver, which is so sad because I really wanted this begonia, but it literally has never looked good since I got it. I don't know. Looking at it now, I'm like, oh, should I keep trying a little bit longer because it's so cute and silver? I don't know, y'all. I honestly don't know what to do. And then the other one, oh my gosh, this one looks so bad. This one's so bad. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is Begonia pavonina. Yeah, I don't know what the heck has happened here. Okay, this one actually did look good for a while. Like, I had this looking really good, but I think with the warmer weather it has just been near impossible for me to keep these watered. Oh my gosh, this is jail time for me. What the heck? Why do I have a plant looking like this in here? Oh man. I don't know. Now I'm torn. Now I'm really torn. Because I'm like, maybe I should keep trying with them. But I plan to just get rid of them. Why am I second guessing myself? I'm kind of thinking that I could just cut off all the foliage and grow this back from the rhizome. I could try doing that with them. I guess it's hard because there's so many plants that I have that I do like, and begonias that I have that I do like. Not that I don't like these, obviously I love them, but they've just been so finicky for me that I'm kind of like, why am I going to bother having these that just stress me out when I could put plants in this spot that don't stress me out like that? Plus I just got new plants, well, like a month ago now, but all of my baby anthurium from North Shore Tropicals that are gonna start getting bigger and growing in now. So I could clear out some plants to make space for those ones, which is probably what I should do. I don't know. Let me think on this for a minute. I thought I had a solid decision, but now I'm second guessing myself. Okay, so I am gonna stick with my original instinct and chuck these in the compost because I don't know, I already have two other begonias that I'm trying to rehabilitate right now. My Thurstonii, which for some reason is just having a weird year. And then also Begonia Sinbad, which I'm always, oh, that's not it, right here, which I'm always fighting with. And when I think, like, the Begonia Sinbad kind of reminds me of this one, the Hatacoa, kind of reminds me of the Sinbad with how dramatic and kind of difficult it is. Like, I feel like they're the same level, but I think that I would rather put the energy into caring for the Sinbad rather than the Hatacoa. So, yeah, this is my little prop vessel with these begonias in here, but I'm gonna focus, actually, honestly, these are kind of like their alter egos or something, because the Thurstonii is kind of similar to the pavonina. Yeah, I'm gonna let them go for now. I can always bring them back into my collection if I change my mind, and I think I would rather do that than be stressed about trying to revive them right now when I'm already trying to revive others, you know? Okay, so I changed my mind again, and I ended up keeping the Begonia pavonina. Oh my gosh, this sticker, that's so annoying. Because I don't know, I really love this one. Like, I definitely like this one a lot more than I liked the Hatakoa. She is no more, but I decided to pull out the root ball and keep the soil because this is relatively fresh soil, so I'm gonna reuse it. But this one, like, she was looking good at one point in time, if y'all remember, and she's just so cool the way that she's blue in certain lighting. I don't have anything really like that in my collection, so I feel like, I don't know, I just couldn't bring myself to get rid of her. I'm just gonna try harder to keep her well watered, and yeah, if I'm more on top of it, I think that I can make it work. The nice thing about begonias is that they're super easy to grow back even when you cut off all of their leaves. I'm fully confident that this will grow back for me. Ooh, the sticker's actually coming off nicely. It's a miracle. Oh no, I've jinxed it. Oh. Okay, that's not bad. Came off almost perfectly. There we go. Oh, pretty much gone. Cute. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna put this back in the cabinet. I don't know, maybe I should take it out again. Honestly, I feel like it did better outside of the cabinet, but maybe that's because I could see it more. I don't know how that works, but sometimes I don't really pay that much attention to the cabinet because I'm like, oh, the humidity's higher, like they're fine. But it's actually kind of the opposite, especially in the summer, because the cabinets get really warm, so I do need to be paying attention. I will put her back in there for now. What else? I am currently running a poll on my Patreon for my patrons to help me pick the new plant that's going to be going on my plant wall in place of the monkey tail, because now the monkey tail is living outside. And I asked on Instagram stories for suggestions of what plant would look good there, and I basically narrowed it down from those suggestions. I got some really good ideas from that, but now I've narrowed it down to Rhipsalis paradoxa minor, Rhipsalis paradoxa major, rat-tail cactus, and Hoya hushkaliana variegated. So we'll see what the patrons say. So far, Hoya hushkaliana is winning with 39%, and Rhipsalis paradoxa minor is losing with only 6%, which doesn't surprise me. I felt like that was the one that was not going to get selected. I thought rat-tail cactus was going to win, but we'll see. I'm going to leave the poll up probably for the rest of the day. And then maybe in this video, I will end up potting the plant, whichever plant wins, into the empty wally grow. So I'm excited to find out what that's gonna be. We are probably gonna take Olive for WALK soon. It is lunchtime right now. So I might actually eat something quickly and then do that. And then what are we gonna do after that? There's repotting I wanna get done today. Also, I'm gonna start filming my July reset today because I need to get back into the rhythm of doing my reset videos. It's actually really helpful for me to just stay on top of things and stay organized. So I want to start filming that today. That's going to be in a different vlog, obviously. But yeah, for this one, we might do some more repots. Let me look at my list. I do have a list. Okay, yeah, repots. I want to repot my anthurium veitchii for sure. And then I also have some propagations that I might pot up as well. My Florida Ghost, it's actually rooted already. And we have another kind of sad looking propagation that needs tending to. So I'm gonna eat and go for our little trail walk that we go on every day. And I will see y'all after that. Oh, what a cute baby. That's such a cute baby there. Oh my goodness. You spoiled girl monkey. Guess what? It's another rainy day, and it is a new day because yesterday completely got away from me. I don't even know. My boyfriend was home from work yesterday, so I think that that is why my day went off the rails because we ended up taking Olive for a WALK and then stopped and got some groceries. And then we got home and I had to go pick some berries in the garden, and I was like, I'm gonna get back to my plant chores after that. And then we ended up making dinner early and things just kept going off the rails. But it was a productive day. I just didn't get my plant stuff done that I wanted to. So we're back today. We are going to be repotting my veitchii. I'm gonna do that right now. Actually, let's get it all set up. I also have my anthurium moodianum just sitting here. I need to find a new spot for it because this plant is so tall. It's not even that big of a plant, it's just tall. So it's outgrown the veitchii shelf. So maybe I will figure that out later. Also, do you want to see my anthurium babies that I unboxed from North Shore Tropicals like a month ago now? So this is the forgetii and silver chrome garden silver. Honestly, can I see roots? I feel like it has enough leaves. I could probably repot this soon, but it actually doesn't look like super rooty in here. I do want to repot them somewhat soon though, because these tiny little cups dry out super quickly, and I keep worrying about them getting too dry. Anyways, that one is looking really good. And then this one keeps catching my eye. So this is the red crystal forgetii and Michelle hybrid. Oh my gosh. Look at the newest leaf. There's like a silver vein right down the center and it looks so cute. So pretty. I'm so excited to just watch these continue to change as they grow. It is so fun to watch anthurium seedlings grow out. This one is the Woohoo No ID cross with self. And this is definitely the smallest one still. Actually, that's not true. Focus. Focus. It's wanting to focus on my cabinet. What is with that? There we go. This one is still teeny tiny, but it is pushing out a new leaf behind those two. So I think it's doing okay, but I do have one that's smaller than this still. Okay, I have it living in this cloche, which I think is so cute, and actually probably loves it because now that I'm feeling this, the bottom is warm because there's the Barina lights like adhered to the shelf that this sits on. So this is the Waraquianum. It's just like a chonk, but it has put out its first leaf. All of the chonks have actually, so I'll probably show you the other two as well, but I still need to film my June walkthrough. It's probably going to be going up in July, honestly, so I don't know which video will be up first. But do you see that little leaf right there? How cute is that? So I'm so excited. I'm gonna move some of this moss like so it has more room. Oh, I cannot wait to have a queen. Like, how crazy is that? This cloche is so handy for this exact situation right here, like growing out a chonk or a corm or something. It is just perfect and it looks so cool on the shelf. That cloche is just from IKEA, if anyone's wondering. I'm gonna pop these back in so that I can close the cabinet. Grab this guy out. Okay, I was so shocked at the leaves that these two plants put out because these came to me with no leaves, and I guess that I forgot that when it's a chonk, I guess it's gonna put out a bigger leaf than if it was a seed, if that makes any sense. So those three that came out of the cabinet that I showed you first were seedlings, like from a seed, but these ones and the Waraquianum are from a chonk, so like a cutting, like a wet stick cutting essentially. So they have the potential to put out a bit of a more mature leaf. So this is the first leaf on the Drac whatever. Should we just call it Drac for short, because like I cannot be bothered. Draconopterum. I don't know. This is Drac right here. Like, that is stunning. I was so shook when I saw it coming out with this, and I had it with like the little plastic lid, like a cup on top, and it was pushing out these massive leaves, and I was like, oh my gosh, I had to quickly take off the lid so they didn't get too crunched. So there's that one, and then this one is, what is this one? I want to say ace of spades, but I feel like that's wrong. What happened to my tag for this one? What happened to my tag? Okay, I found the tag. That it was definitely incorrect. This is the BVIT, Black Velvet Indotype, I think. And it is absolutely stunning. Like, I was shook by this. Is it focusing? Do y'all see that? Oops. Do y'all see that? Like, are you joking me? That texture, that velvetiness, like, and the size of it. I am just like in awe of this plant. Absolutely stunning. So that really caught me off guard. Not that I didn't think it was gonna be nice. I just like, this being the first leaf is insane. So yeah, these are both living in my Millsbow wide right now. They're just like hanging on the grid in there. And yeah, I guess that's a little impromptu update on them. So today we're going to be repotting my anthurium veitchii, which hasn't really been doing anything too crazy for me, but I'm sure it's my fault. We're gonna give him a bigger pot today and yeah, try to take better care of this plant. I want to start foliar feeding it because I'm thinking of starting to do that more with my anthuriums now. I sprayed my anthurium pallidiflorum the other morning with my kelpie and yeah, I was like, why don't I do this more often? So yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing that for this one as well because it's one that I do really want to see size up. And this is the king anthurium. Now I have the queen anthurium as well, so I'm really gonna try to grow both of them out. I was just going through comments this morning on one of my last videos and someone was saying, oh, I like how you have just like a curated collection of anthurium. Like, I don't have a ton of anthurium and I really only end up keeping the ones that I think are really special. Like, it kind of, I'm not easily impressed when it comes to anthurium, I guess. So the ones that I have, I think are just like really immaculate. So it was nice to receive that comment of someone noticing my lovely curated selection of anthurium. Anyways, yeah, some of them are not looking their best, obviously, but have the potential to be super, super cool. So I'm gonna go grab my mollies because we are definitely putting this guy into mollies and I need to find a bigger pot for him. Need to put these guys back in the cabinet as well. Okay, I don't know why I'm sitting on this side of the table, but I guess it works. So we have my mollies aeroid mix. We have I mean, this is pretty big, honestly. Should I go downstairs and look for something between these two sizes? I just don't know if I'm gonna find a pot that is between these two sizes. I think the mollies is chunky enough that I can just go for it, and it'll be fine, hopefully. So let's do it. And I don't have a potting mat because I don't know, I didn't grab one. So, and I'm gonna reuse whatever mix is in here. I think this is just gonna be a quick repot. I'm curious to see the roots. Oh, the roots definitely look bigger than last time, which is good. Oops. They look pretty good, honestly. Look at them. They look healthy. Oh my gosh, the focus today is not working with me. Yeah, they look really, really great, actually. Should I take this out of the cabinet? I don't know. Actually, you know what? I can move it closer to the front of the cabinet now that we have gotten rid of one of those begonias. RIP. Just gonna do this with my hands. A little bit more. This is a big pot, but I feel like anthurium you can get away with potting them in a big pot, so hopefully he will be just fine. And then I will give him a spray with the kelpie as well. I see Tyler from Russo Plant Care do foliar feed for his anthurium and they look insane, so that's why I want to start doing it for mine as well. I'm thinking about putting this on top of the Mills bow, but I don't think I'll do it yet. I think after the repot, I'll let it kind of settle in here inside the cabinet, and then maybe when I move it out, I'll put it on top of the cabinet, because I was just thinking about Tyler's plants, and he has an insane anthurium veitchii like on top of, I don't know what it is, like a cabinet or something. And it's kind of just like it's hanging down and it looks amazing. And then I was thinking like, oh, I have a Rousseau light mounted above the Mills bow tall, so I could stick this up there and it could get light from that. Oh, also, poll results are in from the Patreon poll for which plant I should put on the wall, and the winner is definitely Hoya hushkuliana, which I'm kind of surprised. I really thought that the rat tail or maybe Ripsalis paradoxa major, like the chunkier one, would win. But I mean, I guess everyone does love Hoya hushkuliana, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. We'll see how it looks. I'm gonna put my faith in the people who voted for that one. And yeah, I mean, it will be fun to have a variegated plant up there. I'm also thinking of switching out my Hoya polyneura, the silver one, the broguette or whatever. I'm thinking of taking that out of the Wally Grow planter, but we'll see. Okay, so veitchii is all potted up here. I'm gonna water him through and also give him a kelpie spray, like I said. But that was very, very quick and easy. Ooh, I've never put my tripod on my kitchen sink like this before, but this is actually kind of perfect. Ooh, toilet paper roll. I'm thinking of adding some bios as well. I figure we'll just go balls to the wall and try to get this plant to grow. I should have put it in when I repotted. I never think of it until after. But I'm just gonna sprinkle some of this on. That should be lots. And where's my, use one of these to just like work it in a little bit. I do like seeing the fuzziness, so I kind of like having it near the surface. It's satisfying to see it working. Okay, gonna pop this in the shower now. I'm just gonna water the pot with the shower and then spray with, no, that's for my carnivorous. This is my kelpie. Okay, he is all sprayed. That is actually the anthurium veitchii super narrow, so I feel like it's gonna be really cool when it gets big. We'll see if I can actually get it to be big, hopefully. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, so this is a situation that needs fixing because what the heck is going on here? So this is my stunning, or what was once a stunning plant, syngonium frosted heart. I took cuttings. Okay, so this plant was just getting so unruly. It had way grown over the moss pole, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start it over because this plant grows so quickly, like it'll be fine. And I've been trying to propagate it. I think this is maybe just too big of a cutting, but I've been trying to propagate it and literally zero root growth. And I don't know if this vessel is just cursed because I have tried to propagate in here like 2 or 3 times now and nothing ever roots. So I don't know if that's a coincidence or not, but nothing ever roots. And I had someone comment saying, oh, it's maybe because it's dark, like no light can get in, but I don't think that that's a thing. Like plant roots grow underground, so why would they need light? I don't know, but for some reason I just don't have luck with that. So I'm gonna be chopping this further. I knew it was a big cutting, like I was like, this is a big vine to try to root, but I just thought like, oh, it's such a hardy plant, it'll probably be fine. It was not fine. So I'm gonna cut, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to lose that leaf, which I don't know if I want to lose that leaf though. I really don't know if I want to. I'm gonna try to save it actually. I'm gonna go, okay. So now we have a 1-leaf cutting. I think that I might try to do this in perlite because perlite does not usually fail me. And then, should I do one as a wet stick just as like a fail-safe? A fail-safe? A backup option in case none of my cuttings take? Then maybe the wet stick will take. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. I don't know what I'm doing. I actually kind of like this filming spot. You can see the glorious, you can see some plants over here. They don't look amazing, but you can see them. I think, okay, let's just take a cutting. Oh. Oh. Okay. This is gonna be perlite. This is gonna be a wet stick. Yep, that was a little bit painful, but that's gonna be our wet stick. We have two like nodes on there, so 2 possibilities for a growth point. And then for this one, I think I'm gonna do perlite as well, I guess. So I'll do these 2 together. Then, yeah, okay, I'm feeling good about that. I have not propagated in perlite for a long time, I feel. Okay, basement haul. Went shopping for pots downstairs. I got a self-watering pot for the next plant that we are going to be potting up. These are for a different video. Some propagations need to go in there. Grabbed 2 cups for our perlite propagation that we're gonna do with this syngonium. And then I grabbed the spare wally grow planter because we need to refill this guy and rearrange the plant wall as well. Also have my jumbo perlite here. That is what we are gonna use. I love propagating in jumbo perlite. Well, I've actually only done it, I don't know why I'm doing these in separate things. Is that really necessary? Probably not, but, or should I just put them in the same? No, I'll do them in separate ones. Why not? Maybe I'll put one in natural light and one on the Bitstro and see which one does better. Not that that's gonna be very scientific, but just for funsies. Okay, I'm just gonna fill this up. Yeah, I've only propagated a couple times in jumbo perlite, but both times it's gone really well. I don't think I would do this with a finer rooted plant. I've propagated in perlite a lot, but just like the regular size perlite, not this super chunky stuff. But I feel like this is a chunky enough plant that it's gonna do well in the jumbo. Like, look at how satisfying it looks. I don't know, something about perlite, it just does it for me. So there's number 1, and we're also gonna be filling this with Super Thrive water. Okay, and number 2. This one I'm just gonna go stick in one of my prop boxes, which I am gonna be potting everything in my prop, well, everything that needs to come out soon in a different video that I'm working on. Okay, we just need to fill them up now. So I've got my water right here. I need to wash out these squirt bottles soon. Maybe I'll do that in my reset video because they're kind of gnar. Same with my watering cans. Things just get so gross. So I'm gonna be using Super Thrive. This helps propagations to root. It also helps reduce transplant shock. I probably should have watered the veitchii with this as well. I mean, I still could, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drops I usually put, which is another thing that I love about Super Thrive. You don't, wait, does this fit? No, it doesn't. Gosh, I wish it did. You don't need a lot of it. Like, I've had this bottle, I think that you're only supposed to keep them for 2 years after opening, but I'm probably coming up to the 2-year mark on that one, honestly, because it just lasts for so long. And then I'll fill up about a third of the way. I have a whole video on perlite propagation if you are interested, but beware, it is old. It's like 5 years old. I don't even want to watch it. I'm scared. Okay, so wish these gals luck, because what the heck. I was not expecting to be in this position, but here we are. I am gonna put one on the south window, the other one just on the veitchii shelf. Okay, we're on a roll here. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is pot up, this is actually exciting, my philodendron Florida Ghost cuttings, which if you watched my Florida Ghost video where I took down my big mama plant and did some maintenance on her, gave her a little spa day, I ended up taking a cutting, aka breaking some of the plant off, and obviously had to root them because I want a second plant of that. And I think I actually already know where I'm gonna put this, which is rare, and I'm very proud of myself for figuring out a spot for this plant before just having another plant. I think I'm gonna put this under the wally grows, like in the bedroom. That corner is kind of empty right now because we moved the chair, so I feel like there's space there for like a big, nice climbing plant. I will probably want to have a grow light in front of it though as well, because the leaves are just gonna be pointing up, but we will cross that bridge when we come to it. So yeah, we have roots on all 3 cuttings actually, so I guess we're just gonna be going in with a 3-vine plant. And I think I'm gonna be doing leca, which actually, now that I'm thinking about it, do I want to do leca? The only thing that makes me hesitant about doing leca for this plant in particular is that it's going to be living in the bedroom and it can be kind of cold in the bedroom, and I just worry about semi-hydro plants being too cold, like with the water, just like sitting in cold water, you know, in the winter time. I don't know about that. Leca is so much easier though. I'm gonna go with leca, and if I have problems down the road, then I will deal with them later. Great problem for future fern. Okay, first of all, I have to make a poll, which I'll do off camera because we've already done polls in this video, right? So I will spare you. Okay, moss pole is made, and I like dropped the strap, or I don't even know what happened. I was trying to click it in and then it like snapped out of my hand, and then sphagnum moss literally flew into my eyeball. I had to go to the mirror and pull sphagnum moss out of my literal eyeball, which is gross, and also reminded me of the book I'm reading right now, which is The Bog Wife. Like, that's very much the vibes. There's a lot of talk of sphagnum moss in that book. Anywho, let's set up our self-watering planter here. Oops. I think that this is the pot that the Florida Ghost was in before I repotted it actually, so this is a full circle since we're putting the cuttings into it. Hopefully it will do as well as the mother plant has done over the years. So, okay, that'll be perfect. Don't really want the moss falling out in there though. Okay, I need to get some leca into here. I need a slotted spoon, like a slotted label for scooping this. I need to remember to check the thrift next time I'm there. Okay, let's get the cuttings in before I forget. Oh, this one's got like a long vine happening. Okay. Okay. Wait, that's actually gonna be perfect there. I'm gonna attach it right now to make it easier. This one can go like that. Oh wait, is that upside down? Wait, which way is up? Right side up? This way, I think. So there's a growth point pointing up. Okay. and this one. Okay, these are kind of hard to get potted in, not gonna lie, because they're such small little single node cuttings, and I don't want to bury the growth point. Oh shoot, why is this vine like coming out? Oh dear. Okay, this is, oh. Okay, I think that's pretty good, honestly. Obviously, the leaves are gonna look crazy until she starts, you know, getting settled in here. But I'm gonna fill this up with Super Thrive water as well. I'm gonna pour some in the moss pole too, because we actually do have, why isn't this done up at the top? We do have a root that's pretty much against the moss pole already. Okay, there we go. BRB. Okay, I went to check the bedroom to see if this would be getting enough light from the Soltec Highland in the spot that I'm thinking. And I think I need to wait until it gets a little bit bigger and taller before I can put it there. So for now, the Florida Ghost, honestly, maybe I'll be able to put it in a cabinet when I do some rearranging. But for now, the Florida Ghost is just here in the living room. And eventually it will have to grow into the spot that I have in mind for it. Actually, you know what? Maybe I can move it here and put the Patriciae in the bedroom right now. There's an idea. There's an idea. Okay, I might end up doing that. Also, for lunch, I'm having leftovers from my literal favorite meal, which is the magic garlicky tofu. I'll link the recipe if you're interested. If you're on the vlog channel, then you already know because I make this all the time. But I paired it with some steamed broccoli, and I grew this broccoli. How insane is that? I grew it. It was immaculate, beautiful. I've actually harvested 1, 2, 3, 4 full broccoli heads plus some like side shoots, and it is just so delicious. Oh my gosh, best broccoli I've ever had. So I'm gonna microwave this. And I just have to show you this because it's sitting in the fridge. We need to cook it tonight, but this is my purple moon cauliflower. The first cauliflower I've ever grown, which is insane. And it's the purple one, so how fun is that? It's so pretty. It is so pretty. I am obsessed with it, so yeah. How stunning. I'm having so much fun with the garden this spring. I've been growing some really cool things. The broccoli and cauliflower have definitely, actually I harvested a cabbage the other day too, which is wild. So yeah, brassicas are going crazy in there despite being heavily attacked by the cabbage moth. Yeah, had to show you that. Okay, I'm done my lunch and I just took the veitchii out of the bathtub. I also added this little stake in here. It's one of the ones that have the little clippy guy down here, so I just put that around one of the petioles and it's just holding him a little bit more upright. So let's go pop him back in the cabinet. Nice. Okay, so this actually might be way too easy. So this is the Hoya Hushkaliana that my patrons voted to go on the plant wall. The thing is, I potted this into this pot not too long ago, and I'm pretty sure I did it in a video, so y'all may remember that, but it is very freshly potted, like within the last couple of months, I would say. And there isn't even a ton of roots on the outside, so long story short, I think that this is too small of a root system to be potted directly in the wally grow, but I can literally just pot this in to sit in here. Oh, I need to put something to boost it up. Okay, please hold. This loves to drop leaves as well, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna put this little square pot. There we go. It's actually a little bit too high now, but whatever. I think it's gonna work just fine. It's dense enough that you can't even really see. So That was easy. I literally just have to clip this onto the wall now. And that's nice because I'm gonna be able to see what it looks like first without actually committing to putting the plant there, because I do wanna see. Okay, I had to turn the track light off because it just blows it out too much. I know this isn't the best view either, but I will show you a better clip after. Right now, we just need to test this. So I might end up rearranging this as well. Like, I don't know. The only thing I don't like is that the leaf shape is very similar for these two, so I don't love that. Maybe I can move this in dapses. Okay, I think I've got an idea. Poor Olive was sleeping in here and she hates when I put the tripod on the bed like this. Sorry, baby. Okay, we might do this. And then this. Okay, I think that actually looks really good. Let me show you a better view. Hey, baby. Hey, my lovey. Olive had a bath this morning. You so fresh now, huh, Wonk? You so fresh now. Okay, I'm standing on the bed to show you what it is looking like. I think I'm pretty happy with this. This is very satisfying that these four are all pretty much the same length, and then the polyneura is not very long. It's basically coming straight out, which I don't love, and I actually think that I might swap out the polyneura eventually. I was actually thinking about putting my monstera adansonii in this spot. It's a very tiny, kind of unwell looking plant right now. In fact, I should probably repot that right now. But I was thinking about putting monstera adansonii there because I don't know, I thought it would look really cool and it would probably really appreciate the grow light and maybe start doing better. So I might do that, or I could put something different there, or I could just leave the polyneura. I don't know. It's just not trailing nicely like my green polyneura does, and I think that that is because it is going towards the grow light. It loves the grow light, so it's growing like crazy, but it's just like branching straight out. So not really loving that, but those four plants at the top row, really, really happy with that. I don't think I would have liked it as much if I would have put this one right beside the lipstick plant, but the way that I've switched things up, I think looks really good. I hope the syndapsis continues to kind of fill in because I feel like it looks just a little bit scraggly, but it hasn't been up there for very long, and it is really loving being here with the grow light. It's been putting out some stunning leaves. Like, look at this one. That is so pretty, just unfurling. So I think that it is going to be growing like crazy. I'm going to give you a farther away kind of look. There it is. And then I'll go and turn the grow light on and show you what that looks like too. There it is with the grow light on. That's actually stunning. I'm super happy with this. Super, super happy with this. Shout out to everyone on Patreon who voted for that plant. Okay, I don't know why I've had my headphones on this whole time. Sometimes they just feel like a part of me. So I am going to be signing off soon, but I figured since I have just been talking about my monstera adansonii and it is on my mind, I'm going to repot her because she is so root bound in here, and this plant has been doing horribly, mostly because of mealies, but also maybe because it is super root bound. Yeah, this plant has been with me for so long. This is one of my first plants ever. Like, it's been in my collection the longest. Not the longest, but one of the plants that I've had the longest. It used to be big and beautiful, and I chopped it at one point, and I think it had mealies like a couple years ago, and I chopped it, and I've just never been able to grow it back out. It's looking bleached, it's struggling. I think it's might be turning a corner because this is a new leaf it put out, and I've been like trying to keep on top of treating it and everything. So I don't know, I need to try a little bit harder, I feel. So we're gonna be This is kind of big, but I think it's gonna be fine because this is like an aggressively growing plant. I'm gonna be potting it into here. I have this little fruit pot available, which is so cutie. What was even in here before? I recently took something out of here, but what was it? I can't even think of what was in here. What have I repotted recently? I'm not sure, honestly, but this one is available now, and I think that that's gonna be so cute. So we have the mollies out. We're ready to rock, so I'm going for it. I love monstera adansonii, so yeah, I really want this one to grow back out. Okay, while I'm thinking of it, I'm gonna add some bios in. So I'm gonna go grab that, then I can add it around the roots. I usually do about 1 tablespoon per plant, but I just kind of eyeball it, but that's like approximately how much I'm putting in. I'm actually really excited to finally be repotting this, like thank goodness. Thank goodness. Okay, so that's it. It's repotted. Let's stick it in here. And I am going to use the Super Thrive water to water this through. I'm gonna take it to the sink and do that off camera, but that is all done. Put the little crystal back in there. And that's gonna be it for my plant chores today, on this vlog at least. So I'm gonna sign off. I will see y'all in the next clip. Okay, hello everybody. It is a few days later. I got my hair cut, but it's just drying because I just got out of the shower not too long ago, so please ignore. It is in a bit of a crazy state right now. So I just wanted to pop on basically to end this vlog because I think that I just want to get this edited and posted for y'all. But I did want to give an update of this little area over here because I realized I had mentioned moving my philodendron patriciae and then I forgot to do it when I was filming. So I ended up doing it, I think, later that night. But we now have philodendron Florida Ghost in this spot here. And it's funny because when the philodendron patriciae started getting taller and taller as it needed pole extensions, I was like, oh, I don't like the way this is looking because I was used to it just with one pole, and then I felt like it was really starting to like block the mirror and everything. But I guess I got so used to having like a massive plant there that now it looks super sparse and naked to me, even though this is how I originally preferred it. I don't know, I guess we just get used to things and then it just feels weird when it changes. But yeah, we have the ghosty here now. It's actually already starting to settle in and look cute. I just topped off the pole this morning when I was watering. But yeah, I'll give you a little bit of a close-up. It's so cute. Although now I do have a lot of philodendron Florida Ghost over here because I have that one and then my big one, of course. I will probably eventually swap something else in that spot. I don't know. I think it's a great place for it right now because it's going to be getting some light. And then I will show you how the patriciae looks in the bedroom because I'm actually really obsessed with that. I literally look like a little coconut head right now. Don't judge me. Okay, I'm standing on the bed, so hopefully this isn't too weird of a view, but it actually fits there perfectly. And you can see these leaves are facing off to the side because that used to be where the window was. But I think that over time they're gonna turn to face out because, again, we have the Highland track light there. So I'm hoping that that's what's gonna happen, but I feel like it looks really good here, like surprisingly good. I think that I tried to put a plant in that spot before, Or maybe I'm just thinking of when the begonia was there, but I didn't really love it. But something about this one, I don't know, I really like it. And there's so much room here for this one, so it's perfect. It has room to grow. I need to extend the pole, as you can see. So there is room for another pole extension, which is great. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like it kind of works in this spot underneath these guys here, and it utilizes the light that comes down here a little bit. This plant has never been in like super highlight for me, so I think it's going to be just fine. But look at this newest leaf. It's just starting to harden off, and it is so pretty. It always puts out leaves that are just like perfect. Like, that is insane. So crazy. This plant lives in pond. And I need to water the pole today. Yeah, it's getting crunchy. He's a little bit thirsty right now. It's hard to show from far away, and also my room is kind of messy right now, so sorry about that. But yeah, that's the little rearrange update on that one. So I think that that's it for this video. I hope that y'all enjoyed just tackling some random planty chores that popped up throughout the week. It means so much to me that you took time out of your day to watch this video. So thank you, especially if you made it to the end. You are the best. I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one and chatting in the comments. Say hi, hello down below. Okay, bye.